It's another Tuesday Radical one, so it is another It Came from the Basement. So this week, I got a little slender box, considering. I honestly looked into this one and I saw a few random things on top, and I mean, it's random. First up is this little Link from 1988 Nintendo of America. This is The Legend of Zelda Link. My cousin actually got me this because I have always been a huge Legend of Zelda fan, and he had found this somewhere along the lines in the 90s, and he got this for me, and I just love it because The Legend of Zelda holds so many memories for me, especially the NES, and of course Ocarina of Time, and A Link to the Past, and yada yada, but NES Zelda, love it. And speaking of video games, and look what's in this Game Boy Color. Can you imagine? I mean, I had an original Game Boy, a Game Boy as well, it was black. And then Game Boy Color came along, and this is The Legend of Zelda DX, Link's Awakening. So after, years ago when you bought the original Link's Awakening that wasn't in color, they came out with this special edition, and this still works. And more questions, will it work with my 35-year-old eyes? When I tell you this is random, this box is random. This is a Sailor Moon Luna P globe that looks like it's from 2001. Leaking, ugh. But this was a Luna P. This is when we started to have, oh, sounds like it's crinkly from that leaking battery. But this used to make sounds, I believe, and it was supposed to, I think, guard your valuables. That wasn't supposed to, wow, it actually ate through the metal! That was Luna P from Sailor Moon. It was next to this Rambo weapons pack from 1985-1986. This I found in the 90s out with my mother at a random store in a town somewhere. This was on sale next to, I believe, a Masters of the Universe item, and they were both just so old at the time. I'm talking about 86, and this is still 98, 99. So this is a Rambo's weapon pack. It actually is starting to open, sadly. This box is batting a million today. But it looks like we got a whip and various other things. I only got this because at the time I knew that it should not have been in the store. Not because I am a Rambo action figure collector, but... Okay, next up is a Return of the Jedi original motion soundtrack cassette. Loved Return of the Jedi, I still do. This is from 1997. This must be from the re-release, yes. Love Star Wars, and I loved Return of the Jedi. Next up, this used to have a package, and this also came out of a package. This is Lionel, well, it's Thundercats, but it's orange, so it automatically, 1985, Bubbles, and here is the gun that goes along with it. Fun, right? Sadly, the package is not in here, but I had the packaging at one point, and this was inside of that. My cousin, Don, also got this for me at the time. The one who gave me this Link, because I was a huge fan of Thundercats and still am. Plaid Zombie, I believe he is called, from Dawn of the Dead, 1978. This is from NECA, I want to say. It's 2006 NECA. I hope I say that correctly. James Dean. As a teen, I was a huge James Dean fan. I had James Dean everything. Posters, books, everything you can think of. And this guy here, so it's nice to see old Jimmy here. Last thing this week is at the end of the box, Masters of the Universe. As always, Masters of the Universe classics. He-Man, She-Ra, Skeletor was under there. They were in poses, believe me, at the bottom of this box. Evelyn, Hordak, Adora, and Prince Adam, an extra She-Ra head, a He-Man head, an Orko, and a Screech, the equivalent of the Sorceress as Zoar. Quite a hassle to get these at the time. Sadly, a few years ago, I had a lot of them in the package still, much more than the ones you see here, and I ended up having to sell them. The person was nice enough to knowing that I did not want to sell this. It was a time that I needed a little extra cash and sold them, but the man on eBay that I sold him to knew I was selling the collection. I didn't want to, and he was nice enough to say that they will have a nice home. So wherever you are out there, gentlemen, thank you for that, and at least I still have these guys. So that was another It Came From the Basement this week. Next week, I have to tell you, there is a giant box coming. It's packed. Next week, bring some refreshments. We're going through a big box. Next Tuesday, Radical Ones. As always, if you enjoy this content, please like and subscribe and tell a friend. And every Friday is a new episode of the Radical Retro Rewind podcast, where I and my brother, or my co-host Rob, and I discuss something from the 80s, 90s, and beyond. So thank you as always, Radical Ones. See you next week.